In the vast savanna of the human experience, few forces are as powerful, as awe-inspiring, and as potentially destructive as our emotions. They surge through us like tidal waves, shaping our thoughts, our actions, our very destinies. For centuries, we've sought to understand these complex forces, to harness their power, to navigate their unpredictable currents. Some believe emotions must be suppressed, controlled like wild beasts. But what if I told you that true mastery lies not in dominance, but in understanding? Just as a seasoned explorer learns to navigate the treacherous beauty of a rainforest, we too can learn to navigate the intricate landscape of our inner world. This is the journey we embark upon now, a voyage into the heart of emotional intelligence. Not a destination, but a lifelong exploration. We'll uncover 50 practical tools, 50 guideposts to help you not just survive, but thrive amidst the complexities of human experience. This isn't about being less emotional, it's about being more powerful with your emotions. This is emotional intelligence, 50 practical ways to master it. Every grand expedition begins with a single step, and in the realm of emotional intelligence, that first step is awareness. Imagine venturing into a dense jungle teeming with unseen life, without a map, without a compass. That's what it's like to move through life unaware of our own emotions. We often move on autopilot, reacting instinctively to the world around us. But to truly understand our emotional landscape, we must first learn to observe it. Set a timer. Several times a day, allow yourself to pause, to step back from the daily rush and simply notice. What sensations are present in your body? Is there a tightness in your chest, a fluttering in your stomach? These physical sensations are the language of your emotions. Each one a subtle clue pointing towards a deeper feeling. Is it joy that you feel? Sadness? Anger? Fear? Don't judge these emotions, simply acknowledge their presence. Like a skilled tracker identifying animal tracks, we learn to identify the unique signature of each emotion within us. This simple act of naming, of saying to yourself, I feel anxious or I feel excited, is deceptively powerful. By giving the feeling a name, you take away its power to control you. You begin to create a space between yourself and the emotion, a space where clarity and choice can emerge. In the intricate ballet of life, our emotions are the unseen choreographers, subtly influencing every step we take. We've begun to identify the dancers, joy, sadness, anger, fear, but now we must observe the dance itself. How do these emotions manifest in our behavior, in our interactions with the world? When frustration flares, do you lash out with harsh words? When sadness descends, do you withdraw into silence? Do you seek solace in distraction when loneliness bites? These patterns, often unconscious, hold valuable insights into our emotional landscape. They reveal the intricate ways our inner world shapes our outer reality. This observation is not about judgment, but about understanding. It's about recognizing the instinctive responses we've developed over time, the well-worn paths our emotions often lead us down. By shining a light on these patterns, we gain a new level of self-awareness. We begin to see ourselves with greater clarity, recognizing the interplay between feeling and action. And with this awareness comes choice. We can begin to ask ourselves, do these automatic responses serve me? Do they lead me towards the life I want to create? If not, we can begin to explore new possibilities, new ways of responding that align with our values and aspirations. The human mind, much like the animal kingdom, is prone to developing habits, routines, established ways of thinking. We form opinions, judgments about the world around us, often based on limited information. But to truly master our emotional intelligence, we must learn to question these assumptions. Just as a chameleon adapts its camouflage to blend seamlessly with its surroundings, so too must we adapt our thinking to match the complexities of any given situation. Questioning our assumptions is not about doubting ourselves, but rather about acknowledging that our initial perceptions may not always reflect the full picture. It's about understanding that our opinions, while valid and important to us, are not necessarily facts. They are our interpretations, shaped by our individual experiences and biases. By questioning these assumptions, we open ourselves up to new perspectives, new possibilities, and ultimately a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This process of questioning can be challenging, even uncomfortable at times. It requires us to confront our own biases, to acknowledge that we may not always be right. But it is in this discomfort that we grow, we learn, and we develop the emotional intelligence necessary to navigate the complexities of human interaction. In the intricate dance of emotions, it's all too easy to get swept away, to lose ourselves in the blame game. We point fingers, attributing our emotional state to external factors, to the actions of others. But true emotional intelligence lies in taking ownership of our own feelings. Just as a mighty oak stands tall and unyielding against the relentless force of the wind, so too must we stand firm in the face of our emotions. We must acknowledge them, accept them, and most importantly, own them. Blaming others may offer temporary solace, but it ultimately hinders our growth. When we take responsibility for how we feel, we empower ourselves to take control. We recognize that while we cannot always choose our emotions, we can choose how we respond to them. It is in this conscious choice, this deliberate act of ownership, that we truly begin to master our emotional intelligence. Remember, our emotions are our own. They are not burdens to be placed upon others, but rather valuable signals that guide us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and our needs. By embracing this responsibility, we embark on a journey of self-discovery, leading to greater emotional resilience and fulfillment. Life, much like the vast and ever-changing landscape of our planet, is a journey filled with both triumphs and tribulations. But amidst the challenges, it's crucial to recognize and celebrate the small wins, for they are the building blocks of emotional resilience. Just as a tiny seed perseveres through darkness and hardship to emerge as a vibrant flower, so too can small victories nourish our spirits and strengthen our resolve. Each accomplishment, no matter how seemingly insignificant, contributes to our overall sense of well-being. Celebrating these small wins is not about vanity or self-indulgence, but rather about acknowledging our progress, however incremental it may seem. It's about recognizing our own strength and resilience in the face of adversity. By taking the time to appreciate these small victories, we cultivate a sense of gratitude and optimism, fostering a positive feedback loop that propels us forward on our journey of emotional growth. Remember, even the most daunting of mountains is climbed one step at a time. In the intricate ecosystem of our emotions, it is tempting to seek only the sunlit meadows of joy and contentment. But to truly understand the landscape within, we must also venture into the shadowy valleys of our disappointments and failures. Just as a naturalist might study the behavior of a wounded animal, we must observe our own responses to setbacks. What triggers our deepest fears? What patterns emerge in the wake of disappointment? These darker moments, though often unwelcome, hold valuable insights. To deny their existence is to deny a fundamental part of ourselves. Instead, we must approach these emotional lows with a spirit of curiosity and compassion. For it is in these very shadows that resilience and wisdom take root. By confronting our vulnerabilities, we emerge stronger, better equipped to navigate the complexities of the human experience. In the relentless tempo of modern life, it is all too easy to become disconnected from the natural rhythms that sustain us. Like a city dweller yearning for open skies, our minds crave respite from the constant barrage of stimulation. The simplest act, often overlooked, can be our salvation: to breathe. Not merely to draw air, but to breathe deeply, consciously allowing the breath to anchor us in the present moment. to step outside if only for a moment and reconnect with the wider world, to feel the wind on our face, the sun on our skin, to listen to the rustling leaves, the murmuring water, the symphony of nature that plays on, indifferent to our anxieties. In these moments of quiet contemplation, we find solace. The weight of our worries lessens, our perspective shifts, and we remember that we are part of something larger than ourselves. This is not mere escapism, but a vital recalibration, a reminder of our innate connection to the natural world and the wellspring of peace it offers. The journey towards emotional intelligence is not a sprint to a finish line, but rather a lifelong expedition through ever-changing terrain. Just as a seasoned explorer knows that the map is not the territory, we must accept that our emotional landscapes are in a constant state of flux. There will be moments of triumph when we navigate complex emotional currents with grace and wisdom. But there will also be times when we stumble, lose our way, and find ourselves back in familiar patterns of reactivity. This is not a sign of failure, but rather a testament to the dynamic nature of our emotional growth. The key is to approach this journey with a spirit of self-compassion and a willingness to learn from our missteps. Each challenge we encounter, each emotional storm we weather, offers an opportunity for deeper understanding and greater mastery. So let us embrace the ongoing nature of this exploration, knowing that with each step, each breath, we move closer to a more authentic and fulfilling experience of ourselves and the world around us. In the relentless rush of modern life, it's easy to feel swept away by a torrent of emotions. Like a raging river, they can carry us far from our intended course, leaving us feeling battered and lost. But just as a river can be tamed by a well-placed dam, so too can our emotions be harnessed by the simple act of pausing. The pause, you see, is a moment of stillness in the storm of our minds. It's a chance to catch our breath, to observe the swirling currents of our feelings without being swept away. In this quiet space, we can begin to understand the true nature of our emotions, to see them not as enemies to be suppressed, but as messengers carrying vital information. By learning to pause, we gain the power to choose our response, rather than being ruled by knee-jerk reactions. We can break free from the chains of old patterns and habits, and instead navigate the world with greater clarity and purpose. Just as a seasoned explorer charts their journey through uncharted territory, so too can we map the vast and often unfamiliar landscape of our own emotions. And the most effective tool for this exploration is, without doubt, the humble journal. Within the pages of a journal, we create a safe haven for our innermost thoughts and feelings. Here, we can record the ebb and flow of our emotional tides, noting the triggers that set them in motion and the patterns that emerge over time. With each entry, we gain a deeper understanding of our own unique emotional ecosystem. We begin to recognize the telltale signs of approaching storms, the subtle shifts in the emotional winds that might otherwise go unnoticed. This newfound awareness empowers us to navigate our emotional lives with greater skill and confidence. We can anticipate challenges, prepare for potential setbacks, and ultimately chart a course towards greater emotional well-being. Deep within each of us lies a powerful engine, fueled by our deepest desires and aspirations. This, you see, is the engine of motivation, and understanding its inner workings is essential to living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Our motivations are as unique as our fingerprints, shaped by a complex interplay of genetics, upbringing, and life experiences. Some of us are driven by a thirst for knowledge, others by a yearning for connection. Some seek adventure, while others find solace in creativity. By identifying what truly motivates us, we tap into a wellspring of energy and enthusiasm. We discover the activities that ignite our passions, the goals that give us a sense of purpose, the dreams that keep us striving for something more. This knowledge is our compass, guiding us through life's many twists and turns. It helps us make choices that align with our values, overcome obstacles with renewed determination, and ultimately live lives that are true to ourselves. The human brain, for all its complexities and capabilities, is a delicate organ. Just as a muscle requires rest after exertion, so too does the mind. Without proper periods of respite, our cognitive functions begin to falter, our attention wanes, and our emotional resilience weakens. Observe, if you will, the lioness on the savannah. After a successful hunt, she does not immediately resume the chase. Instead, she rests, allowing her body and mind to recover, preparing for the next challenge. Similarly, we must learn to recognize the signs of mental fatigue and grant ourselves permission to disengage. A brief walk amidst nature, a moment of quiet contemplation, even a simple change of scenery, these seemingly small acts of self-care can have a profound impact on our overall well-being. Remember, taking breaks is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our understanding of our own internal rhythms. By honoring our need for rest, we empower ourselves to return to our tasks with renewed focus and vigor. Deep within the intricate tapestry of the human psyche lie threads of experience, woven together to form the fabric of our emotional responses. Certain stimuli, like invisible tripwires, can trigger powerful reactions within us, often stemming from past experiences or deeply held beliefs. These emotional triggers, much like the intricate defense mechanisms of certain plants, are not inherently negative. They are, in essence, signals from our subconscious, alerting us to potential threats or opportunities. The first step in mastering our emotions is to identify these triggers. What words, situations, or even sensory experiences evoke a disproportionate response within us? By naming these triggers, we begin to shed light on the shadowy corners of our emotional landscape. This process of identification can be challenging, requiring introspection and honesty. Yet it is essential, for it is only by confronting our triggers head-on that we can begin to understand their origins and develop strategies to navigate them effectively. In the animal kingdom, survival often hinges on the ability to anticipate danger. A gazelle, sensing the presence of a predator, will instinctively flee, relying on its innate flight response to escape harm. We humans, while possessing a more complex emotional repertoire, can learn to apply a similar principle to our own lives. By developing emotional intelligence, we gain the capacity to predict our own reactions to potential situations. Imagine, for instance, a social gathering where you anticipate encountering a person who consistently evokes feelings of anxiety within you. By acknowledging this potential trigger beforehand, you empower yourself to plan your response. Perhaps you decide to practice mindfulness techniques to manage your anxiety levels, or you rehearse assertive communication strategies to navigate potentially difficult interactions. The key lies in shifting from a reactive mode to a proactive one, taking control of your emotional narrative. Deep within the rainforest, an unassuming creature relies on instinct to survive. The poison dart frog, adorned in vibrant hues, warns predators of the danger it carries. This intricate dance between predator and prey relies on instinct, a deep-seated wisdom. Just as the frog trusts its instincts to avoid danger, we too possess an inner compass, a lifetime of experiences whispering guidance. This is our intuition, our gut feeling, and it's a powerful force. This inner voice speaks to us, not in words, but in subtle sensations. A feeling of unease, a sudden surge of confidence, a knowing whisper in the back of our minds. To navigate the complexities of life, we must learn to listen to these signals, for they are the echoes of our experiences, shaping our decisions and guiding us towards our own unique path. In the Himalayas, the majestic snow leopard scales treacherous peaks, its sights set on the summit. This ambitious climb is not achieved in a single leap, but through a series of calculated steps. We too, in the pursuit of our aspirations, must set our sights on goals that inspire us, goals that ignite our passions and challenge us to grow. But ambition alone is not enough. Just as the snow leopard relies on strategic pauses and careful footing, we must break down our aspirations into manageable steps. Each step a victory, a boost to our confidence, propelling us further on our journey. This balance between grand vision and practical action is the key to unlocking our full potential. It allows us to dream big while keeping our feet firmly planted on the ground, navigating the path towards self-improvement one step at a time. Across the savannah, a lone elephant navigates a raging thunderstorm. The ground trembles beneath its feet, the wind howls, but the elephant remains steadfast. It understands that challenges are an inevitable part of life's journey. Like the elephant, we must accept that challenges are not roadblocks, but rather detours, guiding us in unexpected directions. They test our resilience, our ability to adapt and emerge stronger. Denying the existence of challenges only hinders our growth. Instead, we must face them head-on, acknowledge their presence, and understand that setbacks are not failures, but opportunities for learning. This realistic outlook allows us to approach challenges with a sense of preparedness, not fear. For it is in overcoming these obstacles that we discover our true strength, our capacity to persevere, and our ability to weather any storm life throws our way. In the intricate ecosystem of the human mind, thoughts, like a pride of lions, can exert a powerful influence on the landscape. Negative thoughts, much like a raging bushfire, can scorch the earth, leaving behind a trail of devastation. But just as nature possesses the remarkable ability to regenerate, so too does the human spirit. By cultivating positive thoughts, we begin the vital work of reseeding the mind, nurturing the growth of hope, resilience, and optimism. This is not to say that we should deny the existence of negative emotions, for they too serve a purpose in the grand tapestry of life. Rather, it is about consciously choosing to focus on the positive, to seek out the silver lining, the ray of sunshine peeking through the clouds. For, in the words of the ancient proverb, a single grateful thought toward heaven is the most perfect prayer. By embracing positivity, we unlock the potential for a richer, more fulfilling existence. The animal kingdom is replete with examples of creatures driven by an insatiable curiosity, a thirst for knowledge that is essential for their survival. From the intricate dance of honeybees communicating the location of nectar to the complex problem-solving abilities of chimpanzees, the natural world is a testament to the power of learning. As humans, we are endowed with an even greater capacity for intellectual exploration, a boundless potential for growth and understanding. Yet like a muscle left unused, the mind can atrophy without constant stimulation, without the nourishment of new ideas and experiences. To truly thrive, we must embrace a lifelong pursuit of knowledge, seeking out new information, challenging our assumptions, and expanding our horizons. This insatiable curiosity, this hunger for understanding, is what fuels the engine of human progress. It is in the relentless pursuit of knowledge, in the constant exploration of the world around us, that we unlock our true potential and leave an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history. Observe the animal kingdom, and you will witness countless examples of creatures venturing beyond the familiar, pushing the boundaries of their comfort zones in order to survive and thrive. The Arctic tern, for instance, undertakes an extraordinary migration each year, traversing the globe from pole to pole in search of food and breeding grounds. For humans, the comfort zone, while offering a sense of security, can also become a gilded cage, limiting our potential and stifling our growth. It is in venturing beyond the familiar, in embracing the unknown, that we discover new strengths, develop resilience, and truly come alive. This is not to suggest reckless abandon or foolhardy risk-taking. Rather, it is about consciously choosing to step outside of our comfort zones, to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and to view the world with a sense of adventure and possibility. For it is in the face of adversity, in the crucible of experience, that we forge our character, expand our horizons, and discover the true extent of our capabilities. In the intricate web of life, even the most solitary creatures often rely on others. We've witnessed penguins huddled together against the harshest blizzards, each individual providing warmth and shelter to the other. Similarly, in the human experience, the ability to ask for and offer help is paramount. To acknowledge our own limitations and seek assistance is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our intelligence. Just as a lone wolf may struggle to bring down large prey, we too may find ourselves facing challenges that seem insurmountable alone. Reaching out to others, be it for advice, support, or a simple helping hand, broadens our perspective and allows us to tap into a collective well of knowledge and experience. And just as we receive, so too must we give. The act of helping others, no matter how small the gesture, creates a ripple effect, fostering a sense of community and shared purpose. It strengthens the bonds that connect us and reminds us that we are not alone in this journey. Observe the cheetah on the savannah, its sleek muscles rippling beneath its spotted coat as it explodes into action. Or the graceful dance of a school of fish, their movements perfectly synchronized as they navigate the ocean currents. Movement is life. The human body, too, is designed for motion. From the intricate network of muscles and tendons to the beating of our very hearts, we are in a constant state of flux. Yet, in our modern world, we often find ourselves confined to desks and chairs, our natural rhythms disrupted. It is in these moments that we must remember the importance of physical activity. A brisk walk in nature, a few simple stretches, or a burst of energetic exercise can work wonders not only for our physical well-being but also for our emotional state. Movement releases endorphins, those natural mood boosters that can lift our spirits and clear our minds. It reminds us of our inherent strength and resilience and allows us to shake off the weight of daily stresses. In the heart of the rainforest, a cacophony of sound washes over us. Howler monkeys call out across the canopy, cicadas buzz incessantly, and a myriad of other creatures add their voices to the chorus. Yet amidst this seemingly chaotic symphony, there is a subtle harmony. Each sound carries meaning, conveying information about food sources, potential threats, and the intricate relationships between the forest's inhabitants. To truly understand this complex ecosystem, one must first learn to listen. Not merely to hear, but to listen with intent. The same principle applies to the human experience. In our interactions with others, we often focus on formulating our own responses, eager to share our thoughts and opinions. But true listening requires us to silence our internal dialogue, to quiet the clamour of our own minds. It is in the stillness that we create space for genuine connection, for empathy and understanding. By truly listening to another person, we acknowledge their experiences, validate their emotions, and open ourselves to the possibility of deeper, more meaningful relationships. The human world, much like the animal kingdom, often requires defences. We build walls, metaphorical and sometimes physical, to protect ourselves from perceived threats. But just as a fortress, however imposing, can isolate its inhabitants, so too can our emotional armour leave us cut off from genuine connection. To truly master emotional intelligence, we must learn to identify when our defences are up and when it's safe to lower the drawbridge. It's about recognising that vulnerability, while it may feel risky, is the key to forging deeper, more meaningful bonds. Empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, is perhaps the most crucial tool in our emotional arsenal. It's the ability to step outside the confines of our own experience and truly inhabit the world of another. Imagine, if you will, A troop of chimpanzees. A young chimp separated from its mother calls out in distress. The other chimps, having experienced similar separation anxiety themselves, respond with comforting gestures and vocalizations. This innate understanding of another's emotional state is not unique to primates. It's a fundamental aspect of what makes us human, this ability to connect on such a deep, emotional level. And yet it's a skill that requires constant cultivation. In the vast repertoire of human communication, storytelling holds a place of singular power. It's through stories that we make sense of the world, connect with others, and convey the rich tapestry of our experiences. Just as a weaver carefully selects and intertwines threads to create a vibrant tapestry, so too do we choose the moments, the emotions, the details that make up the narrative of our lives. But sharing our stories is not merely an act of self-expression. It's an act of profound vulnerability. It's a willingness to open ourselves up, to reveal our scars and imperfections, and in doing so, offer a piece of our true selves to the world. This act of vulnerability, while it may feel daunting, has the power to forge deep connections. By sharing our stories, we invite others to do the same, creating a circle of empathy and understanding. The world is a tapestry of cultures, each a unique expression of the human experience. Just as ecosystems thrive on diversity, so too does our emotional intelligence benefit from exposure to different ways of life. Venturing beyond familiar borders, whether physically or through the pages of a book, allows us to witness the full spectrum of human emotion. We encounter customs and traditions that challenge our assumptions, broadening our understanding of what it means to be human. This exploration fosters empathy, a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. By immersing ourselves in the unfamiliar, we develop a greater capacity to connect with individuals from all walks of life. And in doing so, we enrich our own emotional landscape, becoming more adaptable, compassionate, and wise. Every individual we encounter holds within them a universe of experiences, a lifetime of stories waiting to be told. Just like the unexplored corners of our planet, strangers offer an opportunity for discovery, a chance to encounter the unexpected. Curiosity is the spark that ignites connection. By approaching others with genuine interest, we open ourselves to new perspectives, new ideas, and new understandings of the human condition. A simple conversation can become an expedition into the heart of another's world. This willingness to engage with the unfamiliar is a testament to our emotional maturity. It allows us to move beyond preconceived notions and embrace the richness of human diversity. In the eyes of a stranger, we may discover a kindred spirit, a source of inspiration, or simply a moment of shared humanity. In the intricate dance of human interaction, feeling heard is as vital as breathing. It is an acknowledgement of our presence, a validation of our experiences. When we truly listen, offering our undivided attention, we create a space of safety and respect. A simple phrase like "I hear you" can be profoundly impactful. It signals that we are present, engaged, and receptive to the other person's thoughts and feelings. This act of validation fosters trust and deepens connection, laying the foundation for meaningful communication. In a world often saturated with distractions, the ability to listen attentively is a rare and precious gift. It requires us to silence the noise of our own thoughts and truly tune into the other person's frequency. This mindful presence is a hallmark of emotional intelligence, demonstrating empathy, respect, and a genuine desire to connect. In the intricate web of social interactions, we, like the creatures of the wild, navigate a complex dance of signals and responses. But unlike the instinctive grace of a bird in flight, mastering social intelligence is a journey of deliberate practice. It can be overwhelming, the sheer variety of skills involved. But just as a single seed holds the potential for a mighty tree, we needn't master everything at once. Choose one skill, one area where you wish to grow, Perhaps it's initiating conversations or reading body language. Focus your energy on that single aspect, like a craftsman honing a blade. With each attempt, each interaction, you refine your approach, learning from missteps, celebrating small victories. Remember, the natural world is built upon incremental progress. A glacier carves a valley over millennia. A coral reef grows inch by inch. Your journey towards social intelligence follows a similar path, one mindful step at a time. In this digital age, it's easy to forget the primal importance of face-to-face interaction. We've become accustomed to the curated world of online profiles, forgetting the richness of unscripted encounters. Yet, like animals drawn to a watering hole, we are inherently social creatures, hardwired for the nuances of physical presence. The subtle arch of an eyebrow, the warmth of a genuine smile. These are the signals that resonate deep within our ancient brains. So venture out from behind the screen, engage in the ancient ritual of shared meals, of conversations sparked by chance encounters, join a club, volunteer, attend a local event, any activity that allows you to practice the art of human connection in its rawest form. For it is in these moments, free from the filters and facades of the digital world, that we truly connect, building bonds of understanding and empathy that sustain us. The word networking can strike fear into the hearts of even the bravest souls. We imagine forced conversations, awkward silences, and the pressure to impress. But like a spider patiently weaving its web, building a network is about creating connections over time. It's about stepping outside our comfort zones, venturing into new territories where we might encounter potential allies, mentors, or collaborators. This doesn't require grand gestures or theatrical displays. A simple introduction, a shared interest, a willingness to listen, these are the building blocks of a strong network. Think of a forest ecosystem, where a vast network of roots connects trees, allowing them to share resources and weather storms. Similarly, a strong network provides support, guidance, and opportunities for growth. So embrace the slight awkwardness, the initial hesitation. Approach each interaction with genuine curiosity and a willingness to connect. You never know what fruitful collaborations lie just beyond that initial handshake. In the bustling marketplace of human interaction, words are but one form of currency. Our bodies, often unconsciously, speak volumes in a language far older than speech. The tilt of our head, the set of our shoulders, the very energy we exude, these are the subliminal signals that colour our every exchange. Consider the silverback gorilla, chest-puffed, asserting his dominance. Humans, though less overt, engage in similar displays. A confident stance, a firm handshake, these can convey strength and self-assurance. Conversely, a slumped posture and downcast gaze might betray insecurity or defeat. And what of the subtle dance of facial expressions? A raised eyebrow, a fleeting smirk, a barely perceptible tightening of the lips. Each flicker can betray a truth hidden beneath carefully chosen words. To truly master emotional intelligence, we must learn to both read and write in this universal language of being. Venturing into unfamiliar social territory can be daunting, akin to a lone gazelle approaching a watering hole teeming with unknown creatures. The urge to retreat to familiar ground, to the comfort of established routines, can be strong. But growth, like evolution, favours the bold. Joining a new group, be it a book club, a hiking association, or a volunteer organisation, offers a fertile training ground for our social muscles. Here, amidst the unfamiliar, we can observe the intricate dynamics of human interaction, the delicate dance of cooperation and competition, of attraction and repulsion. Each encounter, each conversation becomes a learning opportunity. We may stumble, we may falter, but like a young bird taking its first flight, each awkward attempt strengthens our social wings. And with practice, we may even find ourselves soaring to new heights of connection and belonging. Just as a pristine ecosystem can be disrupted by invasive species, so too can our emotional landscapes be overrun by destructive forces. These are not grand, dramatic events, but rather insidious, creeping influences that can poison our well-being if left unchecked. Drama, for instance, thrives on chaos and conflict, sucking the oxygen out of healthy relationships. Like a virus, it spreads through whispers and gossip, leaving a trail of negativity in its wake. Chronic complaining, another insidious force, saps our energy and focuses our attention on the negative, blinding us to the good that surrounds us. And then there are the negative spirals, those insidious thought patterns that drag us down into the abyss of despair. Like a broken record, they replay our failures and shortcomings, amplifying our insecurities and eroding our self-worth. To cultivate true emotional intelligence, we must learn to identify and eradicate these emotional traps before they take root and poison the garden of our relationships. In the intricate web of human interactions, certain behaviors act as disruptors, upsetting the delicate balance. Drama, like a sudden squall, can whip through a social group, leaving emotional debris in its wake. Those prone to creating drama thrive on chaos. They weave narratives of conflict and strife, often exaggerating situations to elicit stronger reactions. Like a moth drawn to a flickering flame, they are irresistibly drawn to the heat of the moment. But just as a storm eventually subsides, so too does the energy of the drama seeker. The key to navigating these turbulent waters is to remain calm and objective, resist the urge to be swept away by the emotional currents, and instead seek the stillness at the eye of the storm. While venting frustrations can be a healthy release, chronic complaining is a different beast altogether. It's a cyclical behavior, trapping the individual in a self-made prison of negativity. Imagine, if you will, a lone wolf forever circling its territory, its mournful howls echoing through the valley. It perceives threats where none exist, its focus entirely consumed by what it lacks. Similarly, the chronic complainer fixates on the negative aspects of their lives, their words a constant drone of dissatisfaction. They become blind to the beauty and opportunities that surround them, their vision clouded by a perpetual rain cloud of pessimism. Breaking free from this cycle requires a conscious effort to shift focus. Just as a gardener tends to their seedlings, nurturing their growth with sunlight and water, we must cultivate a mindset that seeks out the positive and nourishes it with gratitude. The human mind, for all its complexities, can sometimes resemble a rushing river. When navigating smoothly, it carries us effortlessly towards our goals. But introduce a few obstacles, and the current can quickly turn treacherous. Negative spirals are those treacherous currents. They begin subtly, a stray negative thought, a minor setback. But like a snowball gathering momentum, these negative thoughts can quickly escalate, pulling us deeper into a whirlpool of despair. We ruminate on our failures, our perceived flaws, each thought amplifying the last. The once distant roar of the rapids grows deafening, drowning out any rational thought or positive reinforcement. Escaping this downward spiral requires us to become adept rafters, navigating the turbulent waters with skill and awareness. We must learn to recognize the early warning signs, those first whispers of negativity, and steer our thoughts towards calmer waters. In the intricate web of life, every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is driven by a fundamental instinct: survival. This primal urge often manifests as self-preservation, a focus on one's own needs above others. While a natural impulse, unchecked selfishness can disrupt the delicate balance of human interaction. Like a solitary predator hoarding its kill, an individual consumed by selfishness isolates themselves from the richness of collaboration and empathy. They may prioritize their own gains, blind to the needs or perspectives of those around them. Such behavior can poison relationships, leaving behind a trail of resentment and broken trust. But the consequences of selfishness extend far beyond the individual. Like a disease, it can infect entire groups, fostering an environment of competition and distrust. When everyone is solely focused on their own needs, the bonds of community weaken, leaving individuals vulnerable and isolated. A society steeped in selfishness ultimately undermines its own well-being. In the vast savanna of human interaction, there exists a powerful force, peer pressure. Like a herd of wildebeest, we are often driven by the desire to fit in, to follow the crowd, even when it goes against our better judgment. This instinctual pull towards conformity is deeply ingrained within us. From a young age, we learn to observe and mimic the behaviors of those around us. We crave acceptance, belonging, and the safety that comes with being part of the group. This primal urge to conform can manifest in subtle ways. The clothes we wear, the music we listen to, the opinions we express. However, unchecked peer pressure can lead us down a dangerous path. It can stifle our individuality, compromise our values, and prevent us from reaching our full potential. Just as a lioness must break away from the pride to hunt on her own, we too must develop the courage to think for ourselves, to chart our own course. Mastering emotional intelligence means recognizing the influence of peer pressure and making conscious choices that align with our own aspirations. Within the intricate ecosystem of the human mind, there exists a powerful, often unseen force, the inner critic. Like a relentless predator, it stalks our thoughts, magnifying our flaws and whispering doubts into the quiet corners of our minds. This voice, though seemingly small, can exert an outsized influence on our emotions, our behavior, and our perception of the world. The inner critic thrives on negativity, highlighting our shortcomings and comparing us unfavorably to others. It thrives on perfectionism, setting unrealistic standards and leaving us feeling perpetually inadequate. Like a parasite, it saps our energy, our motivation, and our joy, leaving us feeling drained and defeated. Mastering emotional intelligence means confronting this inner critic, challenging its distorted perceptions, and learning to quiet its relentless chatter. It's about cultivating self-compassion, recognizing that we are all works in progress, and learning to embrace our imperfections with kindness and understanding. Just as a gardener tends to their plants with care, nurturing their growth and removing the weeds that threaten to choke their potential, we too must learn to cultivate a more supportive inner dialogue, one that encourages our growth and celebrates our progress, however imperfect it may be. From the bustling cities to the quiet corners of our own hearts, the journey of emotional intelligence unfolds. It is a journey of self-discovery, of understanding the intricate workings of our own minds and the minds of those around us. It is a journey that requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to confront the complexities of human emotion. Emotional intelligence isn't just for therapists or CEOs, it's for all of us, students, artists, parents, friends. It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. And now, you've got 50 ways to get better at it. Pick one, start small. Remember, you're not broken, you're just becoming more aware. Like a seed pushing through the earth, your emotional intelligence is ready to grow. Nurture it, tend to it, and watch as it blossoms into something truly remarkable. Like, share, subscribe, and keep showing up for yourself and the people who need